Good morning, class. Today we are going to study about elements of weather and climate. Please open up to page number 18 in your geography book. Now we all know that, please underline also, weather is the condition of environment at any given time. It can change within a few minutes. A sunny weather can be turned into a cloudy afternoon within a span of half an hour only. See children, right now I'm sitting outside. Just a few minutes back when I was making the other video, it was quite sunny. Now I'll just focus my camera up at the sky and then you can see the clouds over there. So it was quite hot sitting outside, but suddenly the weather has changed because of the clouds. So this much should be cleared by now, that weather is a condition of environment at any given time. It can change within a few minutes. A sunny weather can be turned into a cloudy afternoon. This we have already done, On the other hand, the climate of the place will not change. It does, but it takes over a change. That change takes place over a long period of time. So climate, underline, is the average weather pattern of a place over a long period of time, like several decades. Now let us come down to elements of weather and climate. First of all, let us see what does the word elements mean. It is the essential and characteristic part of something abstract. We all know that weather and climate, see children, it can only be felt. You cannot touch it. Therefore, it is abstract. So let us study ahead. The factors of environment which create and determine weather conditions at any given point of time are discussed here. Now, before I go, we take up each and every subtopic. The temperature, the atmospheric pressure and wind, the humidity, or the precipitation, all these are interrelated. Meaning to say, they affect each one another during maybe a short period of time or a longer duration. Now let us see what temperature is. Temperature is the degree of hotness of the atmosphere at a place at a given point of time. Underline that. The main source of the heat is sunshine. It keeps changing the whole day. All this I don't need to explain in detail, you already know that. However, this change of temperature generally follows a predictable pattern that prevails there for a long period of time. In other words, the changes will be as per the physiographic pattern of that area. When we talk about the physiographic pattern of that particular area, if you are living in a desert climate, then the temperature will be in extremes. And if you're living near the equator also, then also the rays of the sun are falling vertically overhead. So what does that mean? Extreme temperatures. When you go towards the poles, the sun rays are slanting. So again, it's very cold. Now coming back to the chapter, but interference of any other element of weather can bring a difference to the observation temperature of any particular place. So again, coming back to the same thing, that everything is interrelated. Now, atmospheric pressure and wind. The force exerts by a vertical column of air on a unit area of any surface is called air pressure. Underline that, please. Thus, air exerts pressure on the Earth's surface through its weight, which is called atmospheric pressure. Please underline that as well. See, at the sea level, the weight of 1 square centimeter of air is approximately 1 kilogram. Please underline, this can be tested as objective type answer. The atmospheric pressure varies from place to place and time to time. Now, let us see what they say ahead about the warm air. Warm air is lighter than cool air. Air expands on heating and occupies a larger space, rising upwards. On the other hand, cold air contracts and becomes heavier. Thus, the higher the temperature, the lower is the pressure. and the lower the temperature, the higher is the pressure. Now see children, we have all seen that when we are heating water for making tea and all, what happens? When you light up the gas, then the water which is at the bottom of the pan or the kettle, it becomes hot, and therefore it becomes light and it rises to the surface, and the cold water, it comes down. This same cycle keeps on repeating till the time the water starts to boil. Similarly children, this whole phenomena takes place in the atmosphere also. The hotter air rises upward, and then what happens? Its place is taken by the colder air. So this process goes on. Now the decrease in atmospheric pressure on the account of increase in temperature is a result of the decrease in the density of air with vertical ascent. Now whenever there is a decrease in atmospheric pressure on the account of increase in temperature. See, whenever the temperature increases, what happens? The atmospheric pressure decreases. And why does it happen? Because there is a result of the decrease in the density of air. What happens? The air becomes thinner with vertical ascent. The lighter air is thinner, and therefore it rises vertically or upwards. Now there is a direct, please underline all that, there is a direct relation between altitude and pressure. How? Atmospheric pressure always decreases with increasing height. So at the rate of 1 centimeter, how? At the rate of 1 centimeter for every 37 meters. It is highest at the sea level but decreases upwards as the density of air decreases. So at the sea level, the pressure is the highest, but as you go up in altitude, that atmospheric pressure becomes less or decreases. Now let us look at humidity. What is humidity? Underline please, is the amount of water vapor present in the air. The higher the temperature, the greater is the potential for the air to hold water vapor. There are different expressions to observe humidity of a place. Now we are going to talk about absolute humidity, relative humidity, and specific humidity. So please underline what is absolute humidity? The total amount of water vapor which is present there in a given volume of air is called absolute humidity. On the other hand, relative humidity is the ratio. What is the ratio? It is the relationship that exists between the size, number, and amount of two things. I'll repeat myself. What is the ratio? It is the relationship that exists between the size, number, and amount of two things. What are those two things when we are talking about relative humidity? It is the amount of water vapor present in a parcel of air in a certain temperature and the actual amount of water vapor that the same parcel of air holds at the same temperature. How? Let us see further. For example, it is said to be 40% when the temperature is 30 degrees centigrade. Then it means that at 30 degrees centigrade, only 40% of the total volume of air parcel is filled with water vapor, whereas 60% of the same air parcel at the same temperature is free of water vapor. Now coming to specific humidity. Specific humidity is the ratio of the water vapor content in the air to the total mass of the air. How? If the water content is 2 grams in an air volume of 2 kilograms, then we will say that the specific humidity is 1 gram per kilogram of air. Got it? So please underline all this. Next, what we talk about is precipitation. So this we will take up in the next chapter, along next video, along with rainfall, snowfall and clouds, as well as hail. So for the time being, children, the question answers of this chapter have already been uploaded. Make sure that you have done them and read the chapter once again, and when we meet, when the school reopens, I'll explain humidity once again, the absolute humidity, relative humidity and the specific humidity. Thank you.